Representative gentleman.
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying that it's unconstitutional.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in a Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19, and the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
I mean,
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
he's going to the defense of others.
yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
You hear this?
Hold on. I'm going to go yell at somebody. Hold on. Hi, Judge. Is this young man charged with unlawful carrying of possession for being under 21?
Correct.
Hold on. I've got a kit. Here's the GPS
But I'm
memo.
more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it? I mean,
No, hold on.
hold on a second.
Here's DPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I volunteer. Representative. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a DPS memo saying that it's
on a second.
unconstitutional.
Representative gentleman.
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying that it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge.
I was gonna, yeah, look, you gotta be very careful. God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. Sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences, all right? You know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You got to get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life at 7. The more schooling you have, the more money you're going to make. Knowledge is power, my friend. Do it. Make something. Make me proud. Please. It's going to get dismissed. Be careful, friend.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Now you got a new charge, yep.
Come on.
Thank you, Judge.
Really?
I'm back on Mr. Zenon from yesterday.
Okay. Morgan, is this yours? Remember, we're back on Xenon, or?
Well, I gotta agree to disagree here. But I would like for you to watch like the 2 minutes of the video that I think.
So Judge, I also, because you had this question yesterday, I called Fort Bend and they confirmed it. The Fort Bend County aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's just sealed, and that's why I didn't pop up.
It's just what?
It's sealed at the moment.
Sealed. Is it a new case? Is it an
It
old
was
case?
just filed in November, Judge.
Wow.
But the offense date was in March.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. The offense date was March of 24.
Yes.
So it was allegedly committed prior to, now nevertheless, it's still a warrant.
It was.
But how on earth has it never been?
It's because, so they'll unseal it whenever an arrest happens, Judge. The case was filed, but he had 2 other charges in this county, even that he caught even after that one.
I'm so confused. You know that Fort Bend knows that there's a felony warrant, a dangerous felony warrant, and they failed to execute that warrant over and over. He's been on probation. He's been meeting with his.
Stating in here that he's got on 2 years probation for, and then had also a UCW here that he caught after that. and another assault of a pregnant person that he caught here after that, and then another UCW that he caught here after that. So he had just a string of cases, and I mean, the list goes on. But there was just a string of cases that he caught even after that. So I guess they just never, I don't know.
I will tell you the shenanigans from my experience that Fort Bend does. So if they think they're going to TDC, I have seen them let them go to TDC, wait till they even make parole or discharge or finish that sentence, right? And then they're out and they go, oh, now we're going to file you. And then parole goes, oh, now we're going to revoke your parole. Those are the shenanigans that I've seen.
Judge,
And this has been going on for years out there, like prior administration continuing.
But I mean, I guess ultimately at the end of the day, even if that happens, like, let's just say the parole board's going to look and see that was like extremely old, right? I would have a think. So
So you're gonna extend him for 6 months,
Yeah.
but you want a short reset.
very short reset, like
30
maybe
days.
no, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make sure that he's paying.
Okay, great. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's around
how-
holidays. So can I make it like first, 4 weeks?
Okay. Yeah. Hey, so
Joe,
should,
oh,
Joe,
yes, sir.
so what I'd like to do is, I guess, set it every couple weeks to make sure that he's paying into the registry, to make sure that he's paying. First time he doesn't, then,
So.
oh, what's that?
So, excuse me, Shatoria said that he can't make payments to the registry. He's gonna have to pay it in full. So he's gonna have to,
What?
Joe has to.
So how do they say that he's got 2,200 then, or 2,100?
So he has 2,200 state. He told him I have 2,200 in my
Oh,
bank. So
So.
he's gonna bring that to my office on Monday. And then I'll stick that on my IOTA account.
perfect. Then I'm happy to do it that way.
Okay.
If I so trust you,
Mhm.
if you tell me that he's been paying you,
Yes, sir.
I'm happy.
Okay, sir.
So let's do this. Let's set it to Monday. I want to know that he's paid you that, at least that amount.
Okay.
And then we'll set it every, 2 weeks after that to make sure that he's paying you. And it doesn't have to be much, it could be, 50, 75, $100, but I want to know that he's faithfully paying it off. And then, or we can, calculate or have him tell me what is a reasonable amount every 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And then
Parents gonna be waived every 2 weeks?
if he pays,
Okay. if you pay.
the first time he
I
pays
don't, I'm not gonna read it. It doesn't matter.
is in,
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's on video. It
So I'll
doesn't
make
matter.
a note.
Okay.
Parents required, but put a note
correct.
if he
Right.
pays.
On video, guys, like I watched it. I'm not crazy, like this, it's on video.
Sorry to keep
Let's
debating.
talk to Judge about it.
Okay. You're still upset?
Yes, I watched the video and I'm even more upset,
So-
Judge.
So Judge, we just want to address some of the questions that defense and you had yesterday. Defense was saying that he felt that interference statute was overbroad. We found case law saying that it's, or vague, that it's unconstitutionally vague. We found case law saying that it's not unconstitutionally vague. It's from DeContal versus State. I've tendered it to defense. Can I
Sure,
approach
of
Judge?
course. I gotta imagine that if it was unconstitutionally vague, someone would have challenged it and it would have,
Well, maybe I haven't had my case yet.
Okay.
and, I'm happy for you to make new law, always.
Judge, did I hand you DeContal versus State? I did, just,
The Cantel,
yes.
yeah. Oh, look, it's out of Court 8 in Harris County.
That's for this case.
So why are you saying that there's no PC in this case?
Is there PC for something else? Yes. Is there for the interference with public duties? No. I mean, because it's on video, it didn't happen, Judge. Like, so they get calls for an assault, a disturbance, whatever.
You're telling me the fact that they're saying he goes plank in the car while
He
he's
doesn't.
being arrested
He
doesn't
does
happen?
not go plank. It's on video, Judge.
Would they say he uses his I guess he uses
He's in
his,
handcuffs.
The officer has to place his hand on the chest of the defendant to get the defendant to sit back in the car. He also has to grab his legs and push them back into the car. We also watched the video.
We watched the video and we have a timestamp, Judge.
could it be that okay, so I know that a lot of times when they're putting a defendant into the car, they need help, right? They're unable to do it by themselves, or is he actively resisting getting into the car?
He tried exiting the vehicle, Judge. And
No,
that's
he-
why they had to push him back into it.
He leans forward, he's yelling at his mom, record, called. The third time they have taken him out. This is 3 times. They put him in the car and they take him out so they can search him. The cop is sitting there going, oh, well, search him again. We can search him 20 times. If you feel you need to search him 20 times, search him 20 times for your safety. The cop doesn't even know what he's charging him with. DA hasn't been caught. The cop's sitting there going, we're getting you for resisting transport. Resisting transport. That is what the cop thinks he's taking him. DA, Officer Singh, it's a 27-minute video. Okay? At no point is the DA's office called to this point. Okay? That happens after. Fine. For an assault, they can argue. I can argue case law. Ford v. State, specific articulable facts of crime may have occurred. Fine. They are there on an assault. Okay? They didn't take an assault. So then they detain him, right? They find that he has the warrant. So, okay, you're taking him in on the warrant. Fine.
Judge, it's common for officers to conduct an investigation before they call intake. That's not an abnormal thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but the question is he impeding the arrest or the function of arrest? Because I guess that you guys are basing the interference on the fact that he's not allowing him that, what's his name again?
Xenon, Your Honor.
Mr. Xenon is not allowing the officer to arrest him by putting him in the car.
Respectfully, Judge, the officer doesn't even have to be arresting him. They just have to be looking into any legitimate matter. And then he's interfering with that. And I will say, if he'd already been in the car 3 times, like defense pointed out, I would think he wouldn't need help getting in. So to us, it appears as though he's trying to push out. The officer has to put his hand on his chest to push him back into the car and then take his legs and place them into the car.
He was cooperative the whole time. He's on his mom. If anyone's aggressive, it's the cop from the beginning.
Judge,
And I ask at the court's discretion, watch the video. You only need to watch like 2 minutes, the 13 to 15 minute mark, Your Honor. I mean, that's all you really need to watch on this.
Judge,
Watch or no?
We can watch the video, Judge.
Cue it up. Let's watch. Can you put it on the screen somehow? So we can all watch?
we can just go to the back and watch it. Do you want to hook it up?
No,
I
why
don't,
not?
because he has issues hooking his computer up to the technology.
Can you load it up on your? It's the first.
Yeah, it's this one.
Judge, did you want to watch the whole video or did you
No,
want to?
just the relevant portion. I don't need to see the whole thing. No, just that part that's relevant. You know, I guess if you wouldn't just put it right there and just turn it around,
Yeah, just put it
just
up
right
there.
on the table. Yeah, right there. And set it.
I'm just turning the volume up, Judge, as well.
He talking about don't let them pull up. They talking about I got a warrant out for Fort Bend County for assault. Look, he pushing me. Mama, record me. Mama, look. Mama, look. Record him. Now you're under arrest. I'm under arrest. Yep, you got a new charge, Bubba. Resistant transport. Resistant? I wasn't resistant. You just resisted transport. Yep.
What the hell is that?
Now you got a new charge. Yep.
Come on.
Thank you,
This
Judge.
officer's not working intake, Judge.
Really? That's it?
That's it, Your Honor.
That's the relevant portion that defense is.
Oh, come on.
The officer is investigating a legitimate.
I know, but no. All right, I'm
Do
with
you
you.
see why I'm so upset, Your Honor?
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You can refile this as resisting.
Yeah, look, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna hurt our feelings. You need to do what you need to do. Perhaps it was the wrong one, but yeah, Was it resisting?
Nope.
My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. But no PC.
Thank you, Your Honor.
all day long. But hey,
So-
I'm the popo.
Let me come and mess with you more. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
If you're banging on the door, you got to be careful because you break something, you're gonna catch another charge. So be careful banging on those windows because they break very easily. All right. So you were Michael Jones. Mr. Jones, we're talking about you, so that's why I wanted to bring you out. It's only fair that you get to hear what's going on with your case. Your lawyer wants to challenge probable cause in this case. You're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. That's what you're charged with. I don't know. So I'm going to have them read and we're going to do probable cause to see whether we're going to go forward or not. Okay?
It's stuff that we right back there. She's gonna read it again, okay?
Okay. What happened?
On January 10th, 2025, the officers in official uniforms and riding in a marked patrol vehicle were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant standing outside the location, being told to leave by the resident, to which the defendant refused by verbally yelling at the resident in a loud, aggressive tone of voice. The officer announced themselves and observed the defendant begin to walk away. The officer gave the defendant a verbal command to put his hands behind his back, and the defendant pulled his hand away. The defendant refused to comply with verbal commands, and the defendant held his arms to his chest as the officer attempted to detain him. The defendant continued to refuse additional commands to stop resisting and put hands behind his back. He yelled at the officer in an aggressive tone and shouted out loud, "Don't let them take me." The officer performed a leg sweep and continued to struggle handcuffing the defendant due to him pulling away. The officer began to roll around while on the ground and reached the officer's hands to prevent him from being placed in handcuffs. The officer continued to give commands, and the defendant continued to refuse.
I get it. But what's he doing? I mean, he's walking away. That's what they wanted. Right?
So,
No.
Just losing?
Your Honor, in this case, to read the full dim, it was the disturbance call, and they said they observed him standing outside the above location, being told to leave, and they observed him verbally refuse, and then
Right, but then cops get up there.
themselves, and then they observed him begin to walk away. And it says they approached Jones and observed he was intoxicated in a public place based on his slurred speech, pupil size, and
Didn't say that.
That was in the complete dims, Your Honor. And then it
Do you know
says
about that?
and
Yes,
aggressive
Judge,
behavior.
but
Okay,
I
go
have my
ahead.
argument prepared. Judge, my argument is exactly what you started to say. There's some sort of disturbance. Somebody's asking him to leave. They're yelling and screaming at each other. Police coming up and saying, "Hey, I'm the police." You can walk away from that all day long. My client did walk away from that. My client's loud and emotional, as you can tell here today. You're allowed to walk away emotional, yelling, screaming, even using profanity in this state if you want to. Then the cops come up to him and suddenly there's some kind of unfounded allegation of intoxication. There's absolutely no facts other than that statement. "I smell marijuana. You look intoxicated," because it looks like he walked away and the cops didn't want him to walk away. And so now they need a reason to arrest him. My argument is based on if he's charged with interference with a public servant, that doesn't come until later. He has to be lawfully arrested and lawfully detained or lawfully with the police before that even occurs. Walking away when a resident tells you to leave and all you've got in your sworn statement is, "We identified ourselves as police," so what? Everything that happens after that is fruit of the poisonous tree.
So they go up and they see that he possibly could be intoxicated. So does it go into a potential public intox investigation?
If it does, they need to announce that. You can't just walk up to me and say, "I'm the police, stop." We don't live in that kind of society. "I'm the police, I need to investigate you, so therefore stop," all day long. "I'm the police, we're investigating, I need you to step aside, sir, so I can investigate this matter," all day long. But hey,
So-
I'm the popo.
So the reasonable suspicion we have is they begin to investigate what?
So
Criminal trespass.
they're called as a disturbance, and they saw him yelling, being aggressive, and then as he walked away, that's when they saw.
So
signs.
the trespass investigation ceases because he's leaving.
Right.
Yes or no?
It's not specified to be a trespass, Your Honor. It's specified just to be a disturbance.
That's what it is. Okay, but it's a trespass that they're investigating a trespass, right? I mean, for all intents and purposes, isn't that what it is? The investigation begins as a trespass investigation because he's there. Homeowners asked him to leave. He's refused to leave. So cops come and he begins to leave. So at that point, all should have ceased. But the cops go up to try to.
Well, in this case, Your Honor, it would be that, yes, he attempted to leave, but once the officers arrived, so they would still need to investigate to determine if the trespass even occurred to determine,
He's leaving.
He's walking.
He's leaving, right? It's like, here, let me come and mess with you more,
That would only.
right? So it's like adding fuel to a fire.
But they would still have grounds to investigate, and furthermore, with the further signs of possible public intoxication, it would give them further grounds to investigate.
That's because they're going up to him to mess with him.
Well, they're going up to investigate what they saw, him refusing to leave, and he
leaves.
He only left once they arrived. So with maybe potential fear of apprehension, that's when he decided to leave, which it wouldn't be, it wouldn't undercut their ability to investigate what they had observed happen in front of them regarding that public or that disturbance that they were called about. They still need to figure out what happened there and if there was a trespass to begin with.
Judge, you can't flee a trespass. The way you comply is by fleeing.
Well, we don't know it was a trespass, it was a disturbance. We don't always specify the disturbance.
I'm going to find no probable cause.
You understand?
Mr. Jones, be careful, man. We have enough drama in this life, don't we? You don't like to wear orange, do you? Be careful where you go. Be careful what you do. Everyone's always out to get you, man. Don't let them. All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you. Unless you.
The death of your own child, I think that's about as bad as it gets. If I could hug you, I would, Mr. Gutierrez, but it's tragic. It sucks.
Order in the court, going on the record.
Okay, we are on the record in cause number 247-3585. Today is January 2nd, Thursday, January 2nd. It's approximately 10:14 a.m. Guys, if you would please announce yourselves for purposes of the record.
Thursday, Kelsey Siegler.
For defense, Garrett Gibbons and Brett Landriault. Representing Ernesto Gutierrez.
Mr. Ernesto Gutierrez stands charged with the offense of making a firearm accessible to a child. He's facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We were here last time on December 19th, state having offered 270 days in jail, and defense and state couldn't come up to an agreement, and so state waived. Defense has come to us for punishment, asking the court to punish Mr. Gutierrez with regard to this case. We have done the agreement. He has pled guilty to the offense. So now we are set for punishment in this case today. One of the things that I would like to know is how this has changed you, Mr. Gutierrez. What have you done differently?
Ha cambiado totalmente mi vida.
My life has changed completely.
Mi trabajo, mi vida social,
My work, my social life,
todo.
everything.
What have you done differently? So that we know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened. What have you done differently?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Losing a child is probably one of the worst things that can happen in life. When you have a child, you are tasked with loving, protecting, raising, making that person the best they can be. That is the duty of a father. Here, you allegedly left a gun on a bed. The child found the gun, or one of the children found the gun, and did the unthinkable. What have you done that is, so I know that you appreciate the gravity of what has happened? Did you go to therapy? Did you see a psychologist? What have you done?
Mi familia y yo hemos estado asistiendo a terapias.
My family and I have been attending therapy.
Trabajamos 3 meses con trabajadores, estuvieron visitando trabajadores sociales.
We, for 3 months, were being visited by social workers.
So CPS got involved, I guess? What happened with that? Anything?
Pues durante ese tiempo ellos estuvieron asistiendo a mis niños.
Well, during that time,
A mi
they were
esposa y
helping
a
my
mí.
children, my wife and myself,
Para ayudarnos con la situación.
to help us with that
So
situation.
you had a CPS plan in place then? Is CPS still involved in your life now? How long are they expected to be in your lives?
¿Cuánto tiempo esperan que ellos estén siempre?
Ellos estuvieron casi 4 meses con nosotros.
They were with us for almost 4 months,
Y aún tenemos contacto con la psicóloga.
and we
que nos
still
ayudó.
are in touch with the psychologist that helped us.
Personalmente he tomado todas las medidas para que mis hijos no estén solos
Personally,
en la
I have
casa.
taken measures to make sure that my children are not alone in the house.
Todo el tiempo mi esposa ha estado con ellos y
My
ahorita mi
wife
padre,
has been with them the entire time, and even right now,
mientras yo trabajo para sostener a mi.
while I work to support them.
Ah, ha sido bien difícil.
It's been very difficult.
How many children do you have now?
But I'm going to take 3.
Did you just have another child?
Your Honor, they're all here today.
Yes.
What do you want?
Your Honor, may I address the court? Okay. Judge, you know, this is a very good man. I have hundreds of clients. As you know, being a judge, not all of them are good. Oftentimes, there's a lot of bad people in this world that, you know, over the course of the past few months, I've gotten the honor, the privilege of getting to know this man, getting to know his family, sitting here in your honorable court today. These are good people from Venezuela. And Judge, in my first 2 or 3 years of practice, I did catastrophic injuries, wrongful death, personal injury work. I saw oftentimes a horrible accident like this would happen. Husband and wife would divorce, families would be, you know, left in shambles. This is a man that the family really needs. He's the sole provider of the house. He's a good father. He's a good husband. When the wife and the kids came to my office last week and we talked about this case and I was preparing them for today, the wife couldn't even look me in the eyes. The children had a panic attack. They're scared to death that they're going to lose their father, their husband, everything to them. He's the glue that holds the family together. And he's scared to death of the great power, Judge, that you have and that this court has. And I told you this last time during the guilty plea, and I'll tell the court this now. Judge, it really doesn't matter if you give this guy,
Sure.
but if you give him, you know, deferred or you give him a death penalty, you know, just I know I'm being, you know, I know I'm embellishing. It doesn't matter if the court gives him 100 years in prison. This man will never forgive himself. He hates himself.
What do you want?
Judge, I want the best case scenario. I don't know if the court can give a diversion or intervention. That would be great. If not, at the very worst, deferred adjudication, Judge, because I want to keep this man out of prison because his family needs him. I've brought them today. They will also tell His Honor how much they need him, and that without him going to prison, prison is not jail is not the place for this gentleman. Because then those kids will grow up without a dad. All financial contributions will be over with, and this whole family will be destroyed. And then most likely, you know, there's a very strong possibility that he will be deported. We've already, you know, admonished him ourselves about this, but Ernesto, I want you to look at the judge. Are you sorry? You acknowledge the fact that you have messed up? Do you take responsibility for this?
Totally.
Do you hate yourself?
Yes.
And are you begging the judge for mercy?
Yes.
Do you understand that he has the power to throw you in jail and throw away the key and you sit there and rot away?
Yes.
Tell him why you deserve mercy.
Yo no quiero que mi familia se quede solo.
I don't want my family to be left
Yo soy
alone.
el soporte de mi familia.
I am the sole support of my family.
Is there anything else you want to tell the judge?
Pido piedad. Pido piedad que
I'm just asking for mercy. Be merciful on me.
no solamente esta situación va a afectar a mí, sino a mis hijos también.
This situation is not just going to affect me, but also my children as well.
Your Honor, would you like to hear from the wife or the kids or the father or
I
friends?
think that they've probably been punished enough for this, you know, really.
Thank you,
Do you want
Judge.
to add anything?
Just that you've seen more cases than any of us, and I know that you'll do the right thing, so we will defer to you. And I understand when we first met to show signs of remorse and things that he's done after that, and it appears he has done those things.
You know, I will tell you this, that if this were a case where there had been the death of someone else's child, then I think that that would absolutely 100% unequivocally be jail and a really long and healthy jail sentence. But in this case, I think that when you do something of this nature where you end up with the death of your own child, I think that that's about as bad as it gets. You know, I really feel for you, you know, it's not going to be an easy thing to, you know. I don't think something with the dismissal is appropriate in this case, because I think the world needs to be on notice of what has happened, you know. And, you know, I shudder to think that anytime you look at a picture, anytime you do an activity, it's going to bring up a memory, you know. I have a problem dealing with it myself. Just think before you act. Think before you speak, because kids are crafty. I've seen this all too much. And we had a case here where a kid climbed up, you know, a bookcase that was 15 feet high, took a gun and killed. Just, if you have weapons, you don't need to have them accessible or even near a child. Sentence you to 1 year in jail. I'm gonna probate it for 2. I'm not gonna put you in jail now because I think that I hope that this is punishment enough. I am gonna keep tabs on you, so I know that you're doing well, though. I'm not gonna let you go for 2 years. And I want him to do thinking for a change. I don't want you to be in possession of weapons. I don't want you to consume alcohol. I don't want you to consume illegal drugs. You mess up, I am going to put you in jail. If you pick up a new case, I will put you in jail. I think that if I were to put you in jail now, what it would probably end up doing is punishing your family more than you. And there are a lot of people that depend on you. Make the right decision. It's not hard. And I mean, leaving a gun on the bed. Anything else you think? I don't care about the money. Money is the least of my concern. That's a good idea. Although he's probably having to do it with CPS regardless. So let's see if he's doing it with CPS. And then, just the idea is that you leave here better than you came. That's what makes us happy. And that's what we strive for every single person that comes through our court. We want you to leave better than you came. I feel your pain. If I could hug you, I would, Mr. Gutierrez, but it's tragic. It sucks. All right, guys.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Sure.
We just want to thank you so much for the compassion that you've shown, Mr. Gutierrez, and it's just an honor to be before you. We really appreciate you hearing us out, and will you tell Judge thank you?
Thank you.
Judge, you've saved his life, so I hope you know that. May we be excused?
You got it.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, may I be excused as well?